So let's look at what we mean by IIM. We actually look at it as a three-legged stool, if you will. Three types of services. Content services is really the new iteration of ECM. It's what we're all very, very comfortable with. That's where you find the creation and the capture of information, the organizing of it and the sharing of it, and yes, putting some governance on top of it as well. But remember that need for a more modular and componentized and repository agnostic system. There's the process piece that is streamlining and automating the flow of information across and within our systems. And one big demand by users now is that they can be empowered. They don't have to wait around for IT with heavy and sophisticated coding. That's what we mean when we say low code and no code. It's really creating appified capabilities that the users, the process owners, after all, who better than the process owners to know how to improve a process so that they can do it themselves. And finally, we want to extract intelligence out of that information. We want to work with structured and unstructured information and optimize it so that it can become machine readable. Now, many would say, well, that was always a promise of ECM. And certainly, there is some overlap between them. But I think by breaking it down into those three areas, we can really identify opportunities within our own organizations. And I will tell you that our entire agenda for this conference is actually divided around those three learning paths, those three tracks. And there will be a little bit of overlap there too. So to help even further, we designed a handy-dandy little infographic. This is our IIM infographic. Notice the dynamic nature of it. It's a continuous process. And as I said, notice how those three service pieces overlap even as they interlocked. And don't get too hung up on the capabilities or the functionality that we've assigned to one service sector or another. But we do outline those because you're going to hear about them. Many of our solution providers specialize in those areas. And we think we've covered the bases pretty well. You can always get a lot more granular with that.